my microphone and my desktop audio were not recording for the last hour. Hang on.
Okay, it happens.
Let's give them a last time on Dragon Ball Z so they know what happened while the audio was being dumb.
Yeah.
I'll mute
So
my
essentially,
mic while I'm crunching pizza.
sure. After the death of Countess Clarella, the party meets with her servants and accesses her personal quarters. There they find a letter addressed to Azure, along with some items that the Countess left for them, including scrolls and healing potions. Someone marked those down, by the way. They find Clarella's research on the Oni, who has been making her life hell. Azure acquired a sword and shield with the crest of Count Kyr'nes in order to seek vengeance upon the Oni, and I think that's everything.
And I renamed my bow Clarella instead
And
of
you
Jessica.
renamed your bow Clarella.
That's important.
I cry intense tears. Cool. Now what? What do you guys? You're suddenly people without an agenda.
Well, we can either go visit that other guild and tell them what we have found out, or we can head home and see if we can assist that old man.
Well, we got a whole city for us right now, so I kind of want to hang around and see who's in there, which gods, which deities in there, if there's more than one guild. I'm kind of curious,
Okay. So
I think Kyr'nes, having seen the trail to Rodvine on the travel in, is super interested in that, but he's gonna be a little subtle about it.
oh,
For
okay.
now.
So what is? Oh, okay.
We're
now,
right
he's
next
gonna let-
to
he's gonna let,
ocean, right?
Yes.
He's gonna let the rest of the party do their thing, and then once they're like, "Oh yeah, we should start heading home," just well, well, there's this cool magic giant town.
All right. Well, while you do that, I'm going to look for something for Endr. We're gonna give her a rock,
A rock. Okay.
and I'm actually going to go jump in the ocean and look for a pearl as a giant squid.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So you're heading oceanward. What's everybody else doing?
I want to go and learn about the town. I want to know if I want to maybe talk to a guild, which is not Ariana's guild. I don't want to go to that one.
Okay. So are you talking about the Masters Guild, the one that you passed
Yeah.
by on your way here?
Yeah, I want to go ask them some questions.
Unmute my mic.
You're fine.
I think Kyr'nes is kind of just wandering around, being kind of touristy, seeing what there is to see in the cool magic city that's full of magic. For
Oh
now,
my god, that is so Kyr'nes.
it really is.
It is. It is. Cool. So we'll go. Golly. Okay. So you guys leave.
I could actually
oh.
imagine Kyr'nes finding a shirt that has little palm trees and big giant footsteps on it.
Yes. I would love that.
Random question. Before we leave,
Sure.
do I know or may I ask, what's the name of the family? Because they are contests, right? And
Yeah. The name
What's the-
is Fozzbender.
Fuzzbender.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure there's an actor named something Fozzbender, so that's a thing. But
Uh-huh.
Michael. Oh, okay. This has a U, so cool.
Fast.
So Glacier, if you want to take a moment to like finish your vor stream, we'll do. I think we'll start with Azure. So Azure. So you all split up. Do you happen to? You know what? It's your stuff. I'm not even gonna interfere. So you go to the Masters Guild.
Yeah, I find my way to the Masters Guild, and I don't want to like go in. Like I want to see. I want to look what happens around there. See if people are friendly or if they're really intense or.
Yeah. Sorry. What?
I just don't want to go in there and be voila, I'm here. I want to like take a look around and see what's the mood of the place, like what's the vibe.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, it is on a the right street of Dover, as the giant's footsteps created two streets. So it's on the right street. It has a beautiful lawn. Very well maintained. A short fence that's more for decoration than for keeping people out. Out front is a notice board with jobs. And it seems that the guild marks who is taking a job by sticking a weapon into the mark, like the posting. So it has like arrows, a couple daggers. There's a rapier sticking out of one of the postings.
You said daggers, right?
Yes.
Okay,
Oh,
go
no.
ahead.
Out front of it, there's merchants out in the street and stuff. A couple of people are coming and going from the guild. As you arrive, you see the man from the square earlier is just entering the doors. The man who played a sick riff and then smashed his lute.
Oh, I definitely want to talk to him.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Do you like call after him or?
Yeah, hey, over there, Mr. Bard.
He turns around and gives you like rock star eyes, like, oh, who the hell is this? And he walks down the path to you, and he says, "How can I help you?"
I saw you. You did a pretty good performance in this city a couple hours ago. And I thought you looked really. You look like a nice gentleman, and I'm a bard myself, so I just wanted to have a chit chat to you, and yeah.
He just kind of stares at you like, yeah, like you want me to sign something or?
No. I was. Are you someone important in the guild? Because you sure look like you are important.
Everyone
Looks at Aerosmith. You important?
Everyone in the guild is important. We're the Masters Guild. They don't let scrubs in.
Okay. As he says that, I just put out the shield that I just gained, and I just start cleaning it. And I'm like, oh, important people, you said. So okay, so I'm at the right place. And I was I'm not gonna make you lose your time, but when you talk to me, you never lose your time, right? So I just wanted to ask you, have you seen any demons lately?
He leans on the notice board. He says, "Look, son, you're obviously not from around here. In the city of Duver, magic's everywhere. There are demons being experimented on in the street by scholars. Go ask one of them.
Yeah, but see, I'm asking to you for a very particular reason. Like, you're good with words, right? I'm guessing.
I've been told.
Okay.
You can kind of start to see like a vein starting to pop out in his temple a little bit.
Oh, okay. So you're good with words, right? So I was wondering, maybe I got a mission for you.
A mission.
Yeah.
Tell me more.
So I was wondering, do you know anyone that's named Chlorella?
Son, Clarella is a countess. Everyone in the city knows her name. What about it?
Well, see, I'm looking for her actually. She's important to me, and I'm looking for her. And I was wondering if you and your guys could help us investigate where she is. If she's in the city, right?
The countess is likely at her estate. It's down the street.
Well, I went there and she's not there.
So his temple bulges more, and he grabs a piece of the wrought iron fence and bends it down with his hand.
This
Ooh.
is not going well for you.
Don't treat me with a good time on it, okay? So if you know the countess, you know she's important, right?
Yes, I've been told.
Well, then you must know that this is her husband, shield and sword, and I have the task to bring them to her, and she's not been in her mansion lately, and I've got to find her. So if you don't want to help, well, I'm sure I can find some better people to do the job.
Better people. You are talking to a member of the Masters Guild. Every member of this guild is a master of at least 2 disciplines. You understand? I had to learn to master my rage so I could make things a beauty.
Is this a barbarian?
It is a
I
barbarian.
love it.
If you
Oh, girl, you're
want,
gonna die.
if you want to pay up and pay good, I'll help you find your countess. Otherwise, you might want to go to those scrubs at the Explorers Guild. You dig?
Well, I'm looking for someone who can do the job. So if you're telling me you can do it, then we might be friends.
What's your price?
Let's see.
What's sad is he has the money.
What are you looking for?
He reaches over and pulls one of the notices, like tears it off of the dagger that it's hanging on, and puts it in front of his face. He says, "This says 250 gold. Make me an offer."
250 gold.
We're the best
Yeah.
at what we do, son.
Okay. Well, let's see. I'll go and yeah, I'll whatever you want, I'll find a way to give it to you.
I just low key figured out how amazing this plan is.
Yeah, like I put two and two together when he's like, "Oh, I need to find Clarella." I was like, "That's a really sharp idea. I dig it."
So I'll whatever you want, I'll find a way to give it to you. If it's 250 gold, well, you'll have it.
Now you're talking. I'll round up some of the boys. Where can I find you?
Where you can find me, I'll hand you over this piece of mirror. Anytime you want to talk to me, you have to just call my name, and you better not break it.
I'll be gentle as a rose. And he takes the mirror from you.
Yeah.
Damn. Go you. Okay.
I could kiss you with how
That was so clever. I was like,
That
"What's
was
he doing?"
smooth as fuck.
Incredible play.
Dude, I feel like we just set an Oni up for failure, and this makes me really happy.
These big buff
Yeah.
Cheeto Puffs are gonna find this Oni.
Yeah.
He
Yeah. Go ahead.
he holds up the mirror and turns and walks towards the house.
Good.
What's your name? He calls back over his shoulder.
I'm Azure of the Foster House.
Folster?
What is that the name? Foster?
You got half of it. It's Foul Spender.
Foul Spender. Okay, well, Azure of the Foul Spenders.
Pleasure doing business with you. He disappears inside.
Good.
Okay. We're gonna jump now. So Zogle,
Yale.
you're heading to the ocean, yeah?
Yale.
Okay. On your way to the docks, you know, you're getting kind of jostled by the crowd a little bit. In the
Don't touch me, don't
midday
touch me, don't
rush.
touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me, don't touch me.
And you feel a gentle hand on your shoulder.
I'm gonna whip around and be like, what?
Before you is a very plain woman, and she says, "Oh, Zogle, it is you.
Oh shit. Who are you?
Oh, we haven't met, but you've met my sister. Can I speak with you?"
Oh goody. Is this about my arm?
You're funny.
Oh, great.
She leads you, assuming you're willing. She leads you towards kind of an alley.
Disgruntledly, but yes, I'll follow.
Okay. She turns to face you, and she says, "How's?" her voice drops, and she says, "How's your end of the bargain going?"
Fine. However, can you go back to the nicer voice? Really, you're kind of like shattered glass.
Oh, you don't like my voice?
My
Very
friend,
well.
I don't like much about you.
I like you, Zogle.
Great. How's your end of the bargain? Because I have the person with me.
The old man will not die.
That is not what I had suggested. I said to make the old man better.
Well, he was on a course to die in a few weeks, and now he has years, and that sounds like better to me.
I expect him to mentally be all there as well, because obviously I know that this is not going to go in my favor, one way or another. But I do expect him to at least live a lot longer. I expect Endr to be very happy with the individual that he is getting in.
Most certainly.
How long?
You have 25 days.
Yeah. Hey, you have 25 days. All right. And I'm not going to make any deals with you, but you are somebody who's going to go jumping into that ocean, and I have to go after you. Do you know where there's a location of, decent-sized pearls, and usually a good amount?
Oh, Zogle, I love helping friends. Come with me.
Oh, fuck.
She leads you on an expedition down to the bay. When she takes you to kind of a remote spot, and in her plain form, she removes clothing down to the bare essentials, and she kind of laughs and backs into the water. And the last thing you see before she goes completely under is a hand waving to you, and as it beckons you into the water, it changes, and there's a gnarled claw and shriveled skin.
Grody. So before I transform into a giant octopus, I'm going to hold concentration on shape water.
Okay.
And then I'm go after her as a giant octopus. Is it giant octopus or squid in this? I think it's octopus.
You're a squid now. You're a kid now.
Yeah, it's giant octopus.
Okay. Yeah, and she leads you probably about a 20-minute swim, and you find a little grotto, sort of, in the water that has several decently sized clams. And she waves to you, and you swear that you hear a laugh, more of a cackle, as she disappears into the depths of the water.
I'm gonna look around the clams, ignoring the fact that I'm possibly going to die here, and just try to find as many pearls as possible.
Yep.
Really looking for a big ass one.
Yeah, do an investigation check for me.
Since she helped me here, can I get advantage on that?
She took you to the pearls, but actually, I mean, yeah, take advantage.
Oh,
That's
thank God.
better.
Ooh.
That was a close one.
I'm not looking at roll 20. What did you roll?
Oh, 16.
16? Yes. Yeah, I mean, you find a big old hunker of a pearl. Just a big old clam schnoz with a big old pearl in it.
Awesome. Altogether, like, how many did I find? Because I think I only need the one, but, a couple extra dollars in my pocket never hurt anybody.
You find one large and 6 small.
Excellent. Yeah, I'm gonna get back and find Endr, I guess.
Okay. Back up to Kyr'nes. So Kyr'nes, whole big magic city in front of you.
Absolutely. Kyr'nes is obviously going to be, like, pleased as punch with all this cool magic around, seeing what there is to see.
Mm-hmm.
But in the back of his mind, he remembers that Rodveen is the city that they got the dragon scales from, so he's kind of, somewhat subtly probably trying to be like, what's the deal there, guys? Kind of
Yeah.
wandering around at, like, shopkeepers and stuff.
Okay.
He's also definitely buying some tourist trinkets though.
For sure. There are. Let's see here. So there are. There's an animal menagerie. There is a toy stand that also sells like some like souvenir booklets of like, oh, these are the major attractions in the city, like these are the noble families, that kind of thing. There's alchemist shops. There's any kind of magic shop that you can imagine is here. Like this place is so magically charged, and it brings people in droves. There are also uh, temples to many gods.
I think.
Yeah, what are you looking at for?
I think Kyr'nes actually drops by if there's a temple to Bahamut, the Platinum Dragon, maybe. Just out of, that kind of kinship, It's like,
Sure,
it's a
yeah.
dragon,
Yeah, absolutely. There's totally a temple to Bahamut.
So he kind of, drops by there and sees what there is to see.
Yeah. So the temple to Bahamut is. Oh, shit. I haven't even. Hold on. 1 second. Literally 1 second. I have my Sword Coast Adventurers guide right here. Here we go.
Like, I know off
bitches.
the top of my head, he's a lawful good war deity. That's about all I remember. I was
Yeah.
looking into him for a different, for a favored soul sorcerer.
Fair enough.
Lol.
Is Bahamut
Lawful
not
good.
a?
I know Bahamut's a D&D area god. I don't remember where. I don't remember if he's Sword Coast or Faerun. One of the two.
He's not in Swords
I
Coast, so
mean-
never mind. Yeah.
He's in most people's Dragon Wars, so that would have been. I hate timelines
It's okay.
so much.
It's okay. So, yeah, you find a temple to Bahamut. It is made of white granite. So very non-flashy, but it's sculpted beautifully, with dragon heads. There are sculpted murals of Bahamut fighting.
The evil one whose name escapes me.
Yeah, that one. Her. Uh-huh.
Angry evil one.
Angry
Tiamat.
evil dragon. Tiamat, thank you.
Thank
Tiamat.
you.
Yeah, and there are followers out front. There's incense burning. There's all kinds of stuff going on. Are you like going into the temple, or are you just? Visiting.
I think after seeing, it's a very plain temple, but like you kind of can see into the temple a little bit. There's kind of like very ornate work, and he kind of, out of interest, especially, just goes into the temple.
Yeah. So inside of the temple, there are rows and rows of pews, and so obviously in this world, gods are very present. There's no avatar of Bahamut within the temple, but however there is a statue, a beautiful platinum statue in his likeness, which moves and speaks the words of Bahamut.
Lord Bahamut, I, as a dragon, I come seeking your aid. A Dragonborn, but you understand, obviously. I come seeking your aid. Well, as you can see, I'm a white Dragonborn, but I was, raised by bronze. Well, I was raised in the clan of a bronze dragon, so I've come to you in my time of need, seeking aid upon my quest. I'm looking for my parent, so to speak.
My child. You are a child of Tiamat, but I do not sense her hate upon you. You are one of mine. To the north is Rodovine. You know this. Within the Titan's body is a nest. A foul nest. White as snow. If you wish to find your people, that is where they will be. However, your kin may share your blood, but they do not share your ideals. If you venture there, take great care of what you find.
My thanks for your most gracious, I suppose, gift, Lord Bahamut. I will take your advice to heart. And he's kind of, bowing and kowtowing, almost over the top about it. Because he's unused to, being in the presence of that powerful of anything.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I mean I don't have a voice mixer or anything, but his voice echoes around the chamber, even though he seems very soft spoken, which is really nice. And he bows his head to you, and he says, "Go forth and do great good." And you feel a sort of magical inspiration. You have been blessed by Bahamut. So basically, it's the effect of a bless spell. It's going to last 24 hours on you.
Awesome. I gotta remember exactly. I think Bless just lets you add 1d4? I don't remember exactly what Bless does.
Oh, yeah, it adds 1d4 to attacks and saving throws.
Wonderful. I will
Is that the one
note
that gives
that.
you an increase in max HP temporarily? I can't remember.
No.
Clerics are the divine ones, even though everyone keeps putting frickin' druids in the divine class. I don't know nothing.
Yeah, druids are natural.
Like
Cool.
Oak Express.
Cool. So we're gonna circle back around to Azure.
Yeah.
Unless you had anything else you wanted to do while you're in the temple.
No. I think after Bahamut blesses him, he kind of, bows several more times, maybe leaves something as an offering.
Cool.
And then just kind of goes out and bees a tourist for a while.
Okay. Azure.
Yeah. I want to find I don't know if it's a god or a deity or just a human. But I'm definitely looking around town to find the best blacksmith ever. And by blacksmith, I mean someone that does it with magic.
Okay. Yeah, there's something like that. So, you ask around, and someone points you to the Forge of the Four Elements. When you arrive, there is it's sort of a pit down into the ground, a square pit. Okay. It's not like a straight drop. It's 4 slopes and then a platform at the bottom. a crowd is gathered around, and there are dwarven blacksmiths around an anvil in the center. The four slopes each have a corresponding element. On one of them, you see a beautiful crystal formation that represents Earth. Obviously, there's flowing water. There's a large brazier, not a brazier, a brazier, and there is a tunnel through which howling wind can be heard. It's sort of a spectacle. The dwarves are almost putting on a show as they craft, and a dwarf near you who's not working on the forge says, "Here you can see the water carries mana," and the water kind of almost in response to him gives like a glimmer. Kind of thing, and he's kind of explaining how each of the four elements like helps to center mana around the forge. Magic rather, not mana.
Final Fantasy, it's mana now.
God damn it. And the dwarves with rapid speed are creating a full suit of on one anvil. Just each of them, they're taking turns with their hits. Each of them working on a different piece, and they move it onto the anvil, hit it, and just as soon as it's hit, they move it off so that the next dwarf puts their piece down, hits it, and moves again. So it's sort of a circle of, it's like ting 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 ting, like that fast.
Okay. Who's the is there a fire one?
Yeah, there's that's what's in the brazier is a large fire.
Okay. I want to go see that guy.
Oh, they're not like specific. The dwarves aren't specifically affiliated in a particular element.
Okay. Okay, then the dwarf that's closest to me, right?
Yeah, the one that's explaining stuff.
Yeah, I want to ask him who's the boss here? Who's the big guy?
Well, that would be Forge Master. Hold on one sec. Hold on, Forge Master.
You just make people so nervous, Azure.
Yeah.
You do. Mordenkainen, do you have what I'm looking for? Do you have names? Who has names? This is Xanathar? God damn it.
Xanathar might have names.
Xanathar has names. That would be Forge Master Marbus. Marbus. He's and he points you to a man who is seated watching from the slope with the water. He's a dark red tiefling who his hands are bandaged from like years of work in the forge, basically, and one of his horns is like chipped at the end.
Okay. I want to go closer to him.
Okay.
And I want to say, what's his name again? I'm so bad with
Marbus.
Marbus. I want to say Marbus.
So you can't quite get down to him. There's sort of a railing preventing you, but he does hear you. He turns. He stands and walks up the slope, and he says, "How can I help you, friend?"
I heard you are one of the best. Am I mistaken?
Well, my years as a smith have gone by, but I recognize good work, and I'm able to help others.
Okay. Well then, can we talk in private?
Please join me. And he offers a hand to help you over the railing.
Okay.
And he has a seat, and he returns to his seat, and you're just kind of shit out of luck.
Okay. So listen to me carefully. I am looking for a weapon, but not any kind of weapon. I need a weapon that can how can I say this? That can play with the mind. I need something psychic.
See,
But I also need something that can make fire.
all right.
And that weapon needs to be very powerful. It cannot be a mere sword.
I see.
I'm looking for fine art.
Oh, very well. What's your price range?
I don't have a price.
No price.
It goes beyond price. If you can do what I'm asking for, I need something that can basically kill a god.
Friend, what's your name?
My name's Azure.
Azure. Azure, what have you gotten yourself into?
Well, you don't really need to know, right?
I mean, you're asking me to forge a weapon that can kill a god. That's a fairly powerful thing to put into the world.
Yeah. Well, listen. Can you make something like that?
Well, the Elemental Forge is...
Hello.
Hello!
I was like, why is it?
You dropped into a lore bomb.
You dropped into a lore bomb. The Elemental Forge is very powerful. I have no doubt that something like that could be made.
Elemental Forge. Hello.
There is a cost associated with that, and I've made enough weapons in my day, and enough of them have been used in a way I disagree with, that I need to make sure that if I give you something powerful, you won't use it for the wrong means.
Well, I wipe my eyes of the blood. I wipe the blood off of my eyes, and I ask him, "Well, have you ever been cursed?"
Well, I've never been cursed. I've assisted in the removal of several curses.
Well, good. Because I'm looking to maybe kill what cursed me, or at least what's chasing me.
A
And
god is chasing you.
Yeah. Well, is it a god?
Are you asking
don't know.
the DM?
No.
Oh.
I'm just like, I don't know, but it's controlled by a god, so I'm so yeah. I'm looking for something very specific, and I'm if you can do it, then that's okay. But
So out of character, I do
uh-huh.
need to say, you know, you're not being pursued by any gods, right?
Yeah, I know.
Okay, I'm just making sure. Okay.
Just
Well,
reaching for the stars.
I can see that. He consults his book. You're asking me to create an artifact, my child. Not my child. Azure. Sorry,
You got stuck on Bahamut.
I did. You. God damn it! Where the frick are the prizes?
I think there's some in just the DM's guide.
I know. I'm looking for that. Hello.
Wasn't it like
Hello,
75,000
My name is Elder Merle.
gold or
And I would like to share with you the most
Most
amazing
amazing
book.
Thank you.
Okay, I don't need actual item tables. I just need to know. How expensive this shit is. God damn it!
Nope, you don't get to. Too bad.
Listen,
they escape you.
I'm not even looking for a price. I just want to know if you can do it.
Well, of course we can do it, my child. Azure.
Okay.
God damn it. Oof. Of course we can do it. It's very expensive, but we can do it.
Okay. So you can do something like that.
Yes.
Okay. Okay, well, keep my name in mind. What's your price?
Well, for materials. Yep, that's real. The crafting of an item of that quality requires materials. He does some calculations in his book.
Mm-hmm.
Roughly 500,000 gold pieces.
Mm-hmm.
For materials alone,
Mm-hmm.
God.
that's a ton.
Now, of course, we also charge for the labor, and this is a very intensive process. I would estimate an additional 100,000 on top of that.
Okay.
In fairness, it is a god killer.
Well, okay.
600,000 gold, you know.
It's nothing.
Thanks
I don't
for,
even think you can lie through your teeth for that.
No. Thanks for the information. I'll make sure to keep your name in mind.
Certainly, Azure. Thank you for dropping by.
Thanks to you. And I leave the shop. And
You leave the hole?
the whole, yeah, the thingy, the thing I'm standing in.
Yep.
And that's gonna be it for me now.
Okay.
You can go to someone else.
Okay, so Endr,
You're gonna have to catch me the F up, because I don't know where we're at. So.
We in the city.
Yeah, so everyone's kind of going and doing their own thing right now. So you're welcome to go wherever, really.
Can you tell me what there is?
Absolutely. So there are magic shops aplenty. Basically, any kind of magic shop, like alchemical, the spells, scrolls, magic items, anything. There is an elemental forge. There are temples to many gods. There's a magical menagerie for pets. There are people selling baubles. There are people doing experiments on demons in the street. Like, this is the most magical place.
It's like Magic
probably
New
on
York.
the whole planet. It's like Magic New York.
And there's just like wide-eyed, just like things. This is kind of a side note, just kind of to you, and I guess just a heads up for everyone.
Sure.
I want to subclass as a cleric at some point.
Okay.
So that way I can also have like more healing spells in my arsenal.
Right.
Now would
But
actually
I
be a
can-
really like. Sorry, I'm
like-
kind of dropping your thing. Go.
So like now, because you're like, oh, there's temples to many gods, so I might explore. Endr, I think, might go over and explore some of those to see
Okay.
if she can like find a faith that she can do cleric stuff with.
Okay,
Possibly,
absolutely.
because she's thinking about these things. Because she also wants to see if she can find any cleric whatnots that might temporarily help Papa.
Okay. Absolutely.
Alongside with also wanting to help her friends.
Yes. Yes.
Harsh side eyes that Zogle.
Wait. Where are you going? What?
She's going to find Jesus.
Jeez. And I think she definitely like. I feel like she like is
Bitch,
like one
I
of those.
walk on water.
Water walk is a spell, actually.
It's a spell within my arsenal. Arsenal.
Oh,
That's how we say words.
Words are hard.
I have water walk and water breathe.
Nice.
Handy.
And you can also now turn into water animals. So there's
Yes.
that. But I feel like she like wants to do a bunch of things. I think she probably like wanders around like some of the shrines if you want to describe them or something. I don't know.
Yeah. So we've already established there is a shrine to Bahamut.
That's true.
There, you've seen the avatar of the goddess of roads, whose name is Nermina. There are so like magical deities seem to be particularly popular here, which makes sense because it's a very magical place.
Magic New York.
Yeah. I mean, there are good deities, evil deities, lawful, chaotic, neutral, everything.
I think she like leans towards the good ones.
Towards good. That makes sense. Okay, you're not going to go worship the bitch queen, Umberly. That's my favorite D&D god, by the way. Cool. Yeah.
No spider god.
No
The
spider god.
Underdark lady who gets really
Yeah.
stabby.
I think so. There are gods of life and prosperity and money, and there's a god of alchemists. There's a god of wizards. There's gods of the major elements. There's
Major elements being like fire, water, air, and
Yeah.
earth.
Yeah, like classical
Yeah.
4 elements.
Yeah. There's a god of science who is mostly worshipped by gnomes.
Nice.
Yes. There's. Is there any particular aspect that you might be interested in? Like what would be a religious experience for Endr?
Sorry, I clicked something. I thought the call died for a second.
You're okay.
What would be a religious experience for Endr? I feel like Endr, I think, would take something like to be like. It would have to be like something like, kind of like in her perspective, like world changing, because like she was raised by an alchemist, so of course like she does magic-y, of course, because she's a wizard, she does magic, but she was raised as an alchemist, by an alchemist, so she thinks very scientifically, even though she partakes in magic. So it'd have to be something very like divine that like reaches her soul. To be like,
Okay.
I feel like she's kind of like at the moment she's kind of like agnostic, because she's like, hey, gods are out there, clearly.
Yeah.
I just don't know which faith to follow, which is I think part of like her kind of curiosity and like trying to find like her like path as a like as subclass as a cleric.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, there is a god of the soul. That's a thing. There's gods of progress, gods of justice, gods of innovation.
Have you thought about what kind of cleric you were going to go for?
Yeah,
Sorry.
what domain are you thinking? Not
I
sure.
hadn't gotten that far yet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I would
It might
assume
help, 'cause
probably
there's
like a
life.
I would assume probably life cleric. Wouldn't that make the most sense since we're going for healing?
Life
spells?
for knowledge.
Probably
Yeah.
life, because she wants to focus on healing.
Okay.
I have an idea. Since Greek gods are often kind of glommed in with D&D stuff, Alcipius, the Greek god of medicine, may be something that comes up as a life cleric that would make sense.
That's a potential one.
Especially since you're alchemic, like in just as your natural person. So that would make a lot of sense. A medicine god,
Yeah.
Mhm.
life cleric thing.
Oh, I have an idea. I'm gonna run this past you. So, Endr does not know what goes into the potion that to help her dad right now, right?
She has a list.
No, I have
she
a
does
list.
have a list. Okay.
It's a
Never
list of very complicated things, and I like almost wanted to die when you sent it to me, because I was like,
By the way, there are alchemical shops here. It's not.
which I would like to search through.
Yeah, there you could potentially find some of those things.
Oh yeah, I'm also hunting her down with bee sense, by the way, trying to find Endr.
Oh, okay.
Why?
I got you a thing, girl. I got you a thing.
What thing?
Yeah, it helps me. Don't get too crazy.
See, like, since she knows about what goes into the potion, then that's out. I was thinking, oh man, maybe she could have like a religious experience at the Temple of Alcepius, like this is what you need to help your father. But she knows what goes into it, so.
And I think that maybe this could be a conversation that we have post session. Maybe
Yes.
like you, and then next time we'll say, "Oh, you found
Thing.
Jeebus." Yeah,
You found RN Jesus, God of
RNGesus.
randomness.
Girl, I'm right here. I've been here the whole time.
Cool.
If Zogle is Jesus, I quit religion.
Nice. So after you, or while you're doing this, since we didn't really accomplish anything there, did you say you wanted to do alchemical shops and stuff?
Yes. I would
Okay,
love
so let's
to look at alchemical shops.
cool. Let's do that. So you, I mean, they're a dime a dozen. Basically, it's pretty much like they're everywhere, and they all have like really diverse ingredients. Basically,
Endr's running around like a fucking kid in a candy shop. He's like, oh, so many things.
So probably the first one that you would walk into, right? Behind the counter is a half-orc man.
Hello.
And his brow sticks out really far as he scrutinizes you, and he says, "Are you a little anemic? Need some defense? What ails you, child?"
I'm looking for a set of very. And she kind of has to take a moment because just so the list she knows is just a lot. She's like, very set of specific ingredients.
Show me that list.
She kind of like unstraps her bag and like very tentatively hands it over, like knowing that this is such an absurd list that it's probably not gonna work.
He looks
Yeah,
down
here you go.
He looks down the list, and like the further down he gets, his eyes kind of widen, and he looks at you back, and he says, "This ain't for you, is it?"
Well, technically speaking, no, but I'm the one who will be making the potion, but it is for someone else.
You got a lot of skill as an alchemist.
I was raised by one my whole life.
I recognize these ingredients. Here. He
Also, question, do I have cash? Because I'm kind of broke. Can I put it in the party fund? Because it's probably going to need to happen. Because I ain't got none of these spoils that all y'all have taken. So,
I mean, you said you have the gems, right?
I do.
Yes, they're not marked on her character sheet, but she does have them.
Do you
Yeah, we did
remember
give
how
them to her.
much they're worth?
They were like-
250 gold?
It was
I
either
think they were like
250 or 350. One of those two.
It was like 50 per. It was like each gem was worth like 50, I think.
And there was like 5 of them.
Yeah.
That sounds right. 250. Okay. Well, I mean, I don't care if you spend the money. It's not my money. He walks around his shop, opening glass containers and plucking things out, and wraps them in a tight bundle. Brings it back to you. Says, "How far along is the illness?"
Out of character. I don't know.
He's like asking about the symptoms.
No, I know.
What's it look like?
Half of his face is lazy. He's having.
Yeah.
Okay, so you describe it.
Yeah.
He says, "Better hurry."
I'm certainly trying my best to.
I've seen it before. It's not a good way to go. Here, I have the Ettercap web sack, Flump eyes, harpy feather.
I say that's
Good luck.
probably good. Yeah. don't give me too many of these.
I was just looking to see if there was anything else he would reasonably have, but the rest of these are really hard to get. So
Yeah.
And as far as the cup, you're not going to be able to buy
AKA
that in the
human
city.
skull.
Yeah, it's a human skull. You're not going to be able to buy that in the city.
Didn't expect so. But thank you
luck.
very much. How much do I owe you?
50 gold.
I think I hand him like one of the gems, like the one that I at least know is mine.
He takes it and holds it up to the light. He looks at you. You've got it. You can do it. Hands over your package.
Thank you very much.
Good luck. And the Catobla Pass. I lost some good friends to one of those. Make sure you're ready.
At the what?
The Catobla Pass.
Oh, wait. Hold on.
Catobla Pass.
Oh,
It's
yeah.
the one that's marked dangerous.
Yes. Yeah, the fur that I need. Yeah.
Yep. He says, you get hit with that beam. There's no coming back from that.
Thank you for the heads up.
Now that I hear that, like, all spoken aloud, I think I know what that is, and it is very dangerous.
It's nasty.
It's yikes.
Are y'all ready to fight one another?
Give me a few levels.
Yeah,
Yeah, give me lots of levels. I'm not ready. My body's not prepared for anything with beams.
No, if you try to fight it now, it could
We would
potentially instant
super
kill you.
die.
Yeah, not much. Not yet.
Yeah. So we're gonna. If you want to do anything else, we'll come back to you. We're gonna go to. Kyr'nes. What do you do after Bahamut's temple?
I think after Bahamut's temple, he kind of has to center himself a little bit. He's like, oh my, I know what's in front of me now. You know? And then after, getting his head in order and like, oh geez, he kind of realizes, oh my gosh, I'm in Magic New York City. I need to be a tourist for a while.
Nice. Okay.
So I think, like, just wherever there's, like, neat magic stuff, he's kind of peeking in, seeing what he can see,
Yeah. Sorry.
I
was marking my list so that I know what Endr has.
Fair. He's kind of, like, seeing what he can see, like, oh, man, how does that work? What are these people doing, Oh.
Yeah, you see beautiful things. There's actually a section of the city that is just warrens, like just shacks built on shacks, and like they shouldn't be able to stack that way, but through the magic of the city, like they're able to fit all these things. And there's staircases that lead to nowhere here. It's a little scary, but mostly exciting because every window that you pass by, you can see arcane sigils being lit up. You can see creatures being summoned. There are people dancing with fire, and you're pretty sure you see a dragon at one point, but it's just a glimpse. Like everywhere you look, there's just it's wondrous. It's amazing.
I'm picturing, like, he bumps into a Warforged, and it's just like, what is this? This is so neat! How do you work? And being like the most obnoxious about it.
Yeah, and it engages you in conversation for sure. Like, you ask how it works, and it's like, well,
you see.
And he like goes on like a half-hour rant, just like about how he functions. For sure. Is there anything in particular you're looking for, or are you just going full tourist?
Just full tourist. I think beyond that, like, encounter with the Warforged, there's nothing specific going on. Just being the enthused about where I am.
Cool. Zogle.
Did I find Endr?
Yeah, you're able to find Endr just after she's leaving the alchemical shop.
I'm gonna have my pearl wrapped up, and I'm gonna look at her, and I'm gonna have the most deadpan, sad face. Endr,
Wait,
I got you
what,
this.
What is it?
I got you a pearl.
A large pearl.
It's for a spell that I know you can learn. I've seen others use it. It's for identify.
She's kind of just very, like, almost taken aback a little bit. She's like, Thank you.
I'm giving you
Zogle.
this to you because I'm sorry.
Sorry?
You know how people do things out of the goodness of their heart, but it's not always the right thing.
Yes.
Well, your father's going to last a lot longer. I made sure of that.
She's just kind of like very like looking at him very like almost like cryptidly but like kind of, she's just kind of like wondering where this is coming from almost like but just like in her head she's like kind of like looking at Zogle like almost like surprised a little bit and thankful and lots of emotions on the face.
Just equations on her face.
I'm not good at people, obviously. I just don't want to see anyone hurt.
Well, thank
That
you
being
very much.
said, I have 25 days to possibly get Azure killed.
What?
Yeah, it's like I'm holding this like pouch or whatever the pearls in my hand, and I'm like, excuse me, what?
I couldn't think of any other way to get everything that I needed, and all they wanted was to meet Azure at a certain place at a certain time, and I didn't even say that I would just give him over, and I plan on fighting for him and trying my best to keep him alive, but I need your help.
Of course I'll help.
Great. We can't tell Azure.
Understandably.
Because he won't go, and then I die.
Which no one needs to die. We'll make sure of that.
So, again, this is an apology along with a gift.
Well, thank you very much. And she's like kind of like holding it a little bit closer to her, and like she wants to give him a hug, but she knows that that's not really his style. So she's just sitting there, like you can clearly see she's wanting to give him a hug, but she's like out of respect for his boundaries. She's just like, thank you.
Sure, Endr, bring it in. It's or something or whatever you people say.
Just bring it in or whatever you people say. 10 out of 10.
She very tentatively like kind of gives like him like the half hug and like the tap on the back a little bit, I guess.
It is the stiffest hug you have ever given in your entire life because I'm just like bored. Like, contact.
And also, just and like, I'm right in saying that Zogle's like 6'5", right, or something like that.
Yep, you're
Zogle's a big,
basically
big
hugging my crotch.
She's 5. She's like 5'2".
Yeah, you're like hugging my nipples at this point. Like, contact, human contact.
And like she like kind of like pats his back a little bit, and then kind of like steps away and like holds him.
Well, enough of that. Never again. I'm gonna pull out my book and be like, we should probably get everyone together and plan for the worst.
Agreed. I suppose I'll walk with you.
That was cute.
Mm.
I'm so excited. I put you guys in such an awkward situation. So
Then we
Endr,
done fucked ourselves.
yeah, I didn't think you'd actually shake hands with a hag, to be fair, but you know, whatever. Azure.
Yeah, I there's two things I want to do. So I want to find 2 books, one about phase / Sylvan, and I want to find a book about golems.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely.
You want to find books?
Yep.
Okay.
Alright.
There's plenty of bookstores. You go into one. There's trying to think of a race that I don't use very much.
Aarakocra?
Ooh, I like Aarakocra.
The bird
Yeah,
people.
so
Ooh,
there's
that would be fun.
there are two bird people, Aarakocran. One of them is stocking shelves, and the other is behind the counter. They're both dressed very modestly. There is a holy symbol at the door, which you can decipher if you want to try. But if not, then it's a bookstore.
Yeah. Well, I want to find I want to find my 2 books. If it's plausible. If it's, I want to find the 2 books, but I also want to find. Hello.
It's fine.
Okay. I also want to find a book about I don't know how to say it. About like
Talk around it.
science, where it talks about mixing 2 people together to make one.
Oh,
Chimerism? Maybe? That'd be a word
You
for
want to learn about babies?
it.
like
Are we talking like Full Metal Alchemist chimeras here? Or
Yeah.
dance.
Something like
John.
choose 2 people together.
Okay, I think I know where this is going, but okay. Yeah, yeah, okay. So you enter the shop. The person on the bird person on top of the ladder says, "Oh, hello. How can I help you?" And kind of gets your book sorted away. When you say the thing about mixing 2 people together, he gives you a curious look and he says, I don't think that we've got anything like that. That's pretty heady scientific stuff. Honestly, you might want to check one of the temples around here, because that doesn't sound like a very common thing to me.
Which temple would you recommend?
Oh, well, there's the goddess Chiquita. She's goddess of magic.
Shakira?
Chiquita.
Like a banana.
Sorry.
She is the banana queen.
She is the banana queen.
Thank you.
I've actually used her before, and I named her after Chiquita Bananas, so that's a thing. We worship the god of knowledge, Ben Thorpe.
Okay.
I could have pulled
I'm
like
sure if you
4
wanted to
knowledge
give up.
gods out of my head right now. Like, there's...
I just like halfway in some of his like names. I'm like, did you just give up?
You could have used Thoth. You could have used Thoth. You could have used Thoth, the like ibis Egyptian dude, or like.
Oh, yeah,
Thought, you
definitely
say?
thought, because then
I mean,
we
it's
could say
spelled
beyond.
Thoth. It's spelled Thoth. It's not pronounced that way, probably.
I'm sorry, I had a mini stroke. I meant we worship thought.
Begone, Thoth. Oh man.
Or it's not gonna be gone, you.
How do you pronounce that? I'm curious now.
Well, fuck, now I gotta worship God.
It's Toad.
It is Toad.
Yeah, Toad.
I'm glad you remembered because I'm terrible with pronouncing
Yes.
things.
Okay. If you can get an audience with one of their avatars, they might be able to grant you some knowledge.
Yeah. Well, thanks for the information. I'm glad to hear that. Can I still have the 2 books?
Certainly, 5 gold.
5 gold. I'll pay the 5 gold.
Perfect. Cool. Do you want to go ahead and go to a temple?
First thing, before going to the temple,
Mm-hmm.
the other thing that I wanted to do real quick is I want to find something for Blue. I want to find some equipment, something so she can defend herself.
Okay, cute. I like it. Yeah, I mean there are armorers who specialize in non-humans, non-humanoids, I guess. She's technically a humanoid, but she's tiny.
Yeah.
Yeah, you. So there is a. You wander down the street and you find a half-elven man
Mm-hmm.
who's working a stall. And within the stall, he's selling armor and weapons of different sizes. And he's advertising for Fey folk and things like that.
Okay. Well, hey, Mister. Hi.
Oh, hello.
So I'm looking. I'm looking. I'm looking for something for this one, and I point over to Blue.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Would you mind? And he holds out his palm to your shoulder, for Blue to step on. And he brings her down and sets her on his counter. Starts to measure. And he says, "Oh my, you are a tiny one." Here. He pulls out sort of like a doll-sized chest piece kind of thing. No, it can't be made out of metal, right? Because it doesn't. I'm pretty sure that metal burns Fey.
At
I'm not.
least iron burns
Iron,
Fey,
yeah.
traditionally.
So maybe like it would have to be made out of.
Something magic?
Well, it could be made out of like hide as well.
Yeah, I just don't know how much. Like, it would have to be really heavy to give her any defense if it was hide. You know,
Yeah.
like it's.
I mean, if it
any
was a
kind of metal, it's gonna-
non-iron metal, it would technically work.
It probably would have to be magical.
I'm looking for something, yeah, more along the side of magical, so it doesn't bother her, but she can like have something to like defend herself in case.
So when I did a Warforged Druid, we had said that there were like not exactly metal trees, but they were called stone trees, and basically they'd make bark armor out of them, and then it would work about the same as a I don't know, I think it was light armor, medium armor kind of thing.
Because Blue can fly. She's got wings, so it's got to be light. So I'm thinking. He looks at you and he says, there are some leathers that we can make this out of. I'll have to take a little bit. If you come back later today, it's a very simple process to sew something that small. So
Okay.
it shouldn't take me long.
Okay. And do you have any like wands or?
I do not.
Okay.
I don't really specialize in magical weapons.
Okay. Was just wondering.
Yes.
Okay. So then I'll leave and come back later.
Yeah. We do ask a 15 gold down payment.
So, yeah, of course, and I hand over 15 gold.
Perfect. I'll have that for you later today.
Good. Yeah, and the last thing is going to that temple.
Temple. Okay. Yes. So you, which temple are you going to?
The one that he recommended me to go to.
Well, he offered Chiquita or Thote.
What's Chiquita again?
Is just general magic.
I guess I'll go with shit. I don't know which one would be more useful. Toad is like knowledge, right?
Knowledge.
I'll go with Toad. No, I'll go with Shakira.
Shakira. Okay. So you find your way through the city to a grand cathedral. It appears that she is one of the more revered gods in the city. As you enter, you're met by a chorus singing sort of a low.
I'm home tonight and my hips don't lie.
Yes, they're singing that. And there are some doors that are open. And as you enter these doors, you see the avatar of Chiquita. She is a blue-skinned woman wearing a long gown made of like golden sequins, I guess.
You an ASMR? Dude.
What?
Dude, ASMR is so much fun.
Her eyes contain stars, like it looks like space, and the top of her head becomes these white locks that sort of extend out, and as they get further away from her head, they fade away. And every once in a while, across the room, one of them will sort of whip into view and then slowly fade again. So her hair is like reaching out across the room, like sort of half tangibly. And she has followers in the room who are silently praying to her. And occasionally, one of these half visible bits of hair will touch them on the forehead, and you hear a gasp. And their eyes open, and then when the hair leaves, they bow and thank her.
Okay. I go in very quietly.
Okay.
And I do it in a very respectful manner, and I think she's very pretty, and I come close to her.
Okay.
And I want to like address her if it's a thing I
Okay.
can do.
Okay.
Yeah. And
What do you
I bow down and I say
My mods are amazing. They just put hips don't lie into the chat.
I'm so happy. I'm so happy.
I bow to her and I say, how do you, Mrs.
I suppose lady.
Lady
Shakira.
Shakira.
God
Hi.
damn it.
Mm,
You don't get a response from her.
Oh.
But you hear like quiet footsteps, and you feel a tugging on your sleeve.
Oh.
And sorry,
Mhm. I turn around.
yeah, there's a boy, like an altar boy, kind of an altar attendant, and he's got a smile on his face, and he gives you a hand gesture like no, and he covers his mouth, points to his temple.
He covers his mouth. Okay.
Mhm. and points to his temple like thought.
Oh. Okay. Well, then I'll. Okay. Well, I'll follow him. Is that what he want? Is that what he wants me to do?
No,
No, he wants you to think.
Oh, thank you. Oh, okay. Oh, okay. So, okay. So I said in my head, I say,
Azure,
hi.
what is your modifier for intelligence?
Listen. It's it's hard. Okay, it's English. Give me a chance.
Fair enough. Fair.
Alright, that is fair.
So yeah. I say hi, Lady Shakita, in my head. He wants me to
And-
think, right? So.
Yeah, and you see sort of one of these tendrils of hair drift down to you, and it sort of encircles your head without touching it. And you hear a voice. Hello, my child. That's the
Ew.
voice. We're going with that.
Ew.
Did
Okay.
you go through second puberty? Are you okay?
Hello.
So I say, hi, lady. I've got some question for you. I'm seeking some answers.
Certainly. How can I help you?
Do you know anything about morphing two people together? That's very straightforward.
I not very modest, but I know everything.
Okay.
What is the knowledge that you desire?
I want to know how basically how a fae could morph with a human.
This is gonna get weird. She her eyes fix on you for just a moment, and she gives you a warm smile. And she says, "Ask and you shall receive." And the tendril that was wrapped around your head pulls back a little, and then touches you just in the center of your forehead. You let out an involuntary gasp as all of God damn it. All of the knowledge of the universe is briefly visible to you.
Okay.
You see everything. You know how the universe will end. You know how it started. You know everything in between.
Mm.
And the tendril leaves, and all of that information fades away, and you're left with knowledge of a ritual
Okay.
to achieve what you've described.
Okay. Can I ask you one last question?
Certainly.
In the sense of like I asked you how to merge people, but I would like to know how to separate two being from being together, in the sense of like someone that's got, you know, a curse on and wants to make sure to not get in contact with the other being that is not nice. Is that clear?
You want to break the curse that's upon you, is that correct?
Yeah, I'm looking for, you know, answers, things like that. You know, just to eventually save my life.
There is a darkness upon you.
Mm-hmm.
When the hags were created, they were made to be vicious business people. They don't give up what's theirs easily.
Mm-hmm. Well,
That's not to say it's impossible.
well, if I cannot remove the darkness, can I embrace it? And is there a way to find control over that said curse?
There's always a way, Azure.
Ugh. I couldn't be more turned off.
She touches your forehead again.
Yeah.
Gasp, universe, all that stuff. And she imparts knowledge onto you. We're gonna have to talk about what that knowledge is.
Okay. Yeah, sure.
But we'll talk about it.
Okay.
Cool. And she says, I hope this knowledge has been useful. And remember that help will always come to those who ask, Azure.
Help. No, okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you, my lady. I like your hair, and I have a good one. And I wink at her while I turn away.
As you're walking out, you hear, "Be blessed, child." You have the effect of blessing for the next 24 hours.
Okay. Good. So yeah, that's for me. That's pretty much. Other than going back to see Blue's blacksmith, Blue. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know how to call the guy.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what I had to do in the
Yeah.
city.
Cool. I think with that interaction, we're probably going to call it an evening, you guys. It's about time.
Real quick though,
Oh yeah. What's up?
while I'm trying to grab the other people, I'm gonna find Blue Boy out there, and I'm gonna be like, okay, stop it, and I'm gonna grab him and drag him around while he's trying to like tourist it.
Nice.
Grab him by the scruff and be like, we're not staying.
But there's so much neat stuff. Look at that levitating sphere over there.
Oh my god, it's just magic. Jesus Christ.
I do that.
As I walk on water, my god.
Very cool. Cool. So, yeah, I think that's everything. Do we want to do the thing?
Let's get some outros out. We'll start with Glacier since he has Razz's information.
That's true. I do have Razz's information. But I'm gonna give my spiel while I go find her art Tumblr. But while I'm looking, I'm gonna talk about my stuff. So I am Glacier Nester. Depends on the website whether there's an underscore or not. Usually there's an underscore. But I am a YouTuber first and foremost. But I also do Twitch. Normally I do a variety game like First Impressions on Monday, but right now we're playing a game that the viewers wanted to see. It's Super Mario All-Stars. It's a good time. It's nostalgic. What else? Oh yeah, I play variety games on Twitch on Wednesday. And then the other thing I do on Twitch is something called Paper Cuts, where I read public domain novels. And it's a great time, and we're most of the way through Phantom of the Opera, but you can totally catch up by this Friday. It'd be entirely possible. And hey, even if if you're not feeling Phantom, we'll be on to a new book either week after this or week after next, But that's my stuff in a nutshell. I do between YouTube and Twitch, I have stuff every day of the week except Sunday, so there's always something to look for. Feel free to tune in. Oh, and Razz's art Tumblr is called Razz's Art Corner. That's RAZZSARTCORNER.tumblr.com. She posts art there, if it's not obvious. Every now and again, when she gets something done, she'll just put a piece up there. It's good stuff. It's good stuff. So that's my two spiels that I get to give. Let's move on to someone else.
Owl.
Hey y'all, it's me. I play Azure the Bard, and I'm pretty proud of my master guild play.
That's pretty good.
So I sometimes streams, but I'm lazy as fuck, so I don't always do. But you can check me out at twitch.tv/SleepingOwl, and I stream creative and Pokemon and maybe WoW eventually. So yeah, there we go.
Cool.
Oh, I forgot to mention I play Kyr'nes, the Dragonborn Sorcerer. He's very excited about things.
Very nice. I'll take the next one. My name is Kid Infinite. I am a Twitch streamer. I stream 4 days a week on my own channel and 1 day a week here as the DM. Right now, I am trying to get over my trauma from trying to rank up in Overwatch. So we're playing new games. We started Warframe yesterday, and I kind of like it so far. There's another one that just got into open beta called Survived By that I might be checking out. Not sure yet. I'm not sure how much content there is in it, but we'll figure it out. I'm a variety streamer most of the time. Yeah, check me out. Twitch.tv/KidInfinite.
And that just leaves me, I guess. Of course, you guys are here. So Matthatter Plays channel. It's a variety stream. We do our D&D here on Tuesdays. We do Freaky Fridays on, Fridays. Otherwise, we've been grinding the shiznit out of some Warframe and some League of Legends. So yeah, obviously everybody is shouted out in the chat. We're also going to be grinding some more Warframe and League of Legends after a short break. So thanks for playing, guys.
Yeah, nice to see you guys. And I'll catch you later.
Yeah,
Bye.
see you all later.
Bye.
Bye. Beep beep. Oop. I need to edit out the bit where it doesn't have sound. Heck.